Hello YouTube. In today's video I am actually going to head down to Corey's house. I haven't been there in a few weeks. I haven't been there since he got his 800-gallon tank installed and his wall knocked out, so there's a lot of new stuff for me to look at. So stay tuned, we're going to have some fun. Alright, so here we are at Corey's house, and this tank is massive. I'm not sure where Corey just ran off to, but had a little snafu with some of the plumbing up here, so we just had to run to the hardware store. We're back now though, and well, let's take a look. The 800-gallon Goldfish tank, one goldfish, and the crazy thing is when you're looking at it from the side like this, it really doesn't look that big, but then you come over here and it goes way down there. So this is taller than me, which is pretty crazy. Obviously a lot of that is the stand, but still 4 feet tall, I think, ish. Overhead sump is not connected yet. There's two AC 110s, one on this side and then one on the other side. I don't know if the camera saw that. But yeah, this thing is pretty ridiculous. I'm gonna go find Corey, see what he's up to. Well, his camera's here, so he's not filming anywhere. Alright, let's find Corey. Where's he at? Oh, over here doing some feeding.
Yep, as always. Doing the clown, which is next. My favorite. Open it up. In there.
The worries are looking pretty nice.
Yeah, they're coming along. Give them all. What do I care? I guess I could pull the light up front. I only ever pull the light up, I swear, when someone's filming.
Oh, yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah.
Trying to get it without the glare.
Yeah, well, when we have a dedicated 800-gallon of these clown lunches, we won't have that problem, hopefully.
I think you're a few hundred short.
Yes. 800-gallon full of clown lunches, not 800 clown lunches. There's a little bit of a difference there. They do love it. Freeze-dried brine shrimp. I just take it home in bulk, so I feed it by the handful.
Is that the stuff you sell on your website?
Yeah, it's the cubes, and you know, normally you don't have to put a whole handful in because you don't have a giant horde of clown lunch. You just put a couple in, and fish eat it. So that's what I've been doing. I just been walking around putting in brine shrimp to all the.
How many turtles are you up to? Babies.
Oof, I don't know. I'd have to count. But
where are they?
They're over here in the. Well, I put one in another tank, but then the rest of them are over here.
Ooh. Gotta look at that real quick. Check out the Leopard Frog really quick. Avatar.
I haven't even counted how many, but this is like one of the first to hatch out because it's getting the biggest. And then I think it's like 5 or 6 in here at this point. But here, eat this. They're all of you. They're really shy though when you stand there. But you can tell they've been murdering my plants. Like, oh, these taste
yeah.
good.
There's a couple up there.
Yep. Yeah, let's see, where's some more? I don't know where more are, but...
That's 3 of them, that's pretty good. Oh, there's one down here.
Yeah, they're good at hiding. Real good.
Guess I better check in on my trout goodies.
They like to eat too.
I feel like the bulbitis is dying back a little.
Yeah, me too. I haven't figured out what's going on there. Like the moss is taking off a little bit. I think I've been watching them eat on it a little more, so I think the problem is.
Oh, what's this? What the heck's going on here?
That's my new little buddy. My new blue puffer.
He totally snuck up on me.
Yeah, you guys, you see, there's no more snails left in here. He's been doing it. Let's see if we eat this. We eat that. That'll taste good. I've never tried that so far.
He's checking it out.
Get out of the way, Guppy.
Oh.
Scary plant, scary plant. Hold on.
Huh.
Oh, thanks for the mess, buddy. All through your gills and.
I don't know if he likes it or
Yeah, I don't.
he's going back for more. Remember, I was telling you mine eats rapashi.
Yeah. Well, at the store, like a customer brought it in because he rescued it, but they couldn't take care of it. And at the store, my employees said they got it to eat pellets a couple of times. I've
Wow.
tried it a couple of times. I haven't seen it eat any pellets, but it's been just absolutely gorging on snails also. So I haven't been trying that hard yet. But no name for it yet or anything, other than messy. Look at that. It's like, oh, let me just really break this up.
He eats like I do.
Yeah.
Man, my snail garden is gone. Where am I going to get my snails from
I
now?
know.
Dang it.
Yeah. It's my realm now.
Possible 800-gallon inhabitant?
I don't think so, because I think the clownfish will drive him nuts. So, really what it becomes is like a year or two from now, I have to buy another 800-gallon just for this guy, probably. Is how
Or next month.
Or next month, one of the two. You see this crib, he's eating this dying leaf. Well, now that I'm looking at him, Corey's like, oh, I wasn't doing that. But, yeah.
You need to get him some real food.
Okay.
Enough of that rabbit food.
Yeah.
Now, even with the algae, I'm thinking this tank's looking pretty good. It's coming along nice.
I just been crazy busy with the eye surgery and then tearing the wall down, and and I've got way too much light on here, so the algae is purling so hard on the back of this rock. If you look at it from like these
Oh, I can
rocks,
see it on these rocks, yeah.
Yeah, like I've got way too much light on there. But everything's just overgrown, like you can't even see the fish in here because there's so much duckweed. I mean, they're doing good, but you can imagine if they actually got some light, you might be going, oh, look. So, yeah. And then my goldfish aren't even doing their job over here. I put tiny goldfish in to eat this duckweed, and they are clearly not eating it very well currently.
Man, you got bigger duckweed problems than I do.
Yeah, it's no joke. And so, like, I can't run the auto feeder on here because the food will just sit on top of the duckweed.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a problem. Like I have to move goldfish around. That's why you see like goldfish down here with like these Julidochromis. It's because I had a duckweed problem in here. Now I don't, so I can move this goldfish out. But that's what I do. I just kind of move them around and go, hey, eat some duckweed. Ooh, they're finally out. Now that I put some food in there, the orange lasers. Doing their thing. Ooh, you can see something that my channel hasn't even seen yet over here.
Uh-oh.
Got new fish.
This angelfish?
No, not
Oh.
that guy.
That guy's a jerk.
He is a jerk. I just was cleaning the tank and...
Oh, neon tetra is black? Nice.
That's right. No, but I've got the... I've got a whole group of koi guppies. So we'll see how they go. Now that I've got like a group of 12 of them.
Back up so I can zoom in.
Yeah, but there's still like air on the glass. I was scrubbing algae and like, okay, I gotta get this tank in a little bit better situation. Did the sponge, all that kind of stuff. And because I really want these guys to take off, because the ones I have up there have still done nothing. Literally not a single baby, and it's been like 6 months now.
He's actually looked pretty cool.
Yeah, they have. I think these are the ones that are colored up better than those ones. The ones that I've had for 6 months, they haven't really grown. So I'm convinced I'm just gonna hit them with like infinite dewormer, and just because like this guy hasn't grown like at all. I mean, it looks cool, but it's not grown. So I don't know what to do. Other than that.
Alright, so I had to miss this install because I was at work. But give us a little recap on how it went.
Basically, the stand showed up. I'll put the food down. The stand showed up first. Super heavy, a lot of people, a lot of grunting. Then we had to level it. Then, meanwhile, a few people drove to Seattle with the builder and all that, and they got onto the back of the truck. Not in the back of the truck, but into the trailer. That's what I'm looking for. Trailer. Drove back up here. Got it put on top. And then about a week later is when like all the sides and stuff showed up. It's all on magnets. So they've got these super strong earth magnets.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if that opens
And there's
up.
a ledge on the bottom. So you just set it on the ledge and then you just push it closed.
Ooh, do I see an FX6 back there?
There is FX6, yeah, FX6 there, which I don't know that I'm going to use. Fluval sent me that, and I actually think I'm going to use this bigger canister filter right here, which is made for ponds. It's got a 36 watt UV sterilizer in it, and you can clean it and back flush it by just running the handles up and down, and it cleans the sponges that are in there.
That's the same one you have on your koi pond?
It is, yeah. And so I'm thinking maybe doing that, and so that would be over here where this giant mess is. I'd build a little pedestal for it, and it would back flush straight into the drain, so that I could just do my water change, drain out. And but yeah, every panel comes off with the magnets, and I've got some graphics for this to be done. I just haven't put them on yet. And
is it my logo?
it is your logo. Dang it,
Nice.
surprise, it's gone now.
I'll give you $20 for that FX6.
Ooh, that's a good deal. But yeah, so a lot of stuff to do. So I got to plumb that sump. That's what we're working on right now. Actually, is painting a couple of PVC parts. Even though I have black PVC, I needed the elbows are a little bit longer than the standard elbow, and that's not going to work for my application. And so currently, I just got a couple of hang-on backs that are doing some water polishing and seeding the tank because there's bacteria in the tank.
So is this going to be auto water change?
Yep, it already does auto water change. I don't know how many gallons yet. I haven't done any of that kind of stuff yet. Here's my custom feeding hole, like cover.
It's like a drain plug for a sink.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put the auto feeder there. We'll see this goldfish livens up. He like super lazy, and then he'll swim. Well, it's like when he was on the live stream. Whenever he's on camera, usually he's swimming back and forth, loving life. I actually put him in here just to get the bubbles off the glass. He's missed some over here, but it was so many bubbles you couldn't see in. And I was like, I gotta put a fish in there, and one that's easy to catch back out. Comparatively, I mean, it's still a giant tank, but comparatively, he'll be easier to catch than, you know, something else.
He's about as active as I am when I'm on camera.
Yeah. He knows there's food in there now. He's like, oh, okay, fine. Usually he's just swimming back and forth though, but you know, he lives to make me look bad. That's what he does. So.
Him and me both.
Yep. So yeah, I gotta put some sponges on intake still, and oh, see now he's like, oh, time to eat. Okay, I'm on board.
You just take the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's better than the puffer.
Yep. You see his mouth is all.
I wonder if that like dries out his insides just by eating all that. Like if we took a big mouthful of saltines.
Maybe. I mean, it's in the water for a little bit now, but I bet if they hit it right away, yeah. That's actually how goldfish can get kind of bloated and stuff. If they eat too many pellets too fast, then in their stomach, or basically inside, because they don't really have a stomach, inside they swell up and it jams up their intestines.
You know, I heard Gary Lang talking about that with rainbow fish, about feeding pellets to rainbow fish because their mouths are so small. Mm-hmm. So now I'm paranoid to do that.
I always try and feed smaller foods anyway, which obviously this food I just fed is the perfect opposite of what I just said. But it is compressed, so it just like, you know, it'd be like, I don't know. It's like trying to eat a powdered donut. Like, it's just gonna fall apart, and that's what this does. So, but I've got my other feeding hole right here, which is another custom hole basically. This is so I can slide in full sheets of bloodworms when I put clown loaches and stuff in here. The little 16-ounce flats, I just want to go straight into there. And in theory, the auto feeder will be here. We'll have it set on a schedule, and then I'm going to get it so that the live webcam on the website, so people can watch me eat and stuff like that. But I haven't found the right angle yet. And now that there's water in there, it should be a little bit easier. But yeah, I've been just playing around with that. And so right now, water is super murky, obviously, because we've got a bacterial bloom going on in here. But
now, do you have a canopy for it, or is that it?
Nope, that's it. I personally hate canopies.
Me too.
It's already like these are already so thick and heavy. Like these are the tops. Like they're no joke. Like And this is a small piece. There's a bigger piece because it's 2 parts each side. And so it's already heavy, and hopefully I don't have to get in and out very often. And when I say that, I literally mean me getting in and outside that tank, because I've had to do it a few times now. And it's not my favorite time.
So you've been in the tank?
Yeah, a couple of times. Like when we had to drill like the bulkhead and stuff in the back, we had to do that. We had to get in there to actually drill it, and there's gonna be video of that coming out. And but yeah, I've been in it, and I'm hoping this goldfish's other job, which he's really bad at. He was supposed to like mouth all this sand for me to like fill it in the corner, because it was really hard to get him towards the back. And so I either gotta get a big net and move it around, or he's gonna do that for me, hopefully.
Let's get a broom.
Yeah. You can see all his poop. It's all green. I've been feeding him pellets and stuff. But gotta put on a few more lights, get that sunk going with some type of canister. It's either that big one or an FX6 or, you know, something. That thing, because that bigger canister doesn't even use, it's not a pump. You have to plumb it with a pump also, so I'm gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
But the whole time I was waiting, I couldn't do anything because I was waiting on this black PVC. So that when I make an intake, so if I'm gonna, like, let's say right here, I make an intake down to here in the tank, I want it to be black, and then I put a sponge on the intake, and then it comes out, goes to my pump, goes to the other side, goes through my filtration, goes up to the top to the filtration, and then back in on the other side. And you can kind of see here, if you're watching the food pattern, the water, so I've got this hang on back here, which I realize everyone thinks I'm insane for doing this, but think of it as more of water movement. The water moves this way, and we're watching the food move. And then from the other end, we have another hang on back coming this way, and you can watch all the water ripple this way. So you can watch stuff travel all the way around in a circle in this tank. And it's not a fast current, but it is achieving what I want it to do, and that is, you know, kind of whip up everything and get it back towards the overflow where it can leave the system, hopefully. And I'll also be putting it so that the return from the pump, from the sump up above, is going to be blowing this way as well. So it'll whip it up.
So you're not going to use any power heads?
I probably will have to. I just don't know yet. Like, you know, I saw the King of DIY with those Ecotech power heads, and I've always wanted one but never bought one because they're so expensive. Because they're like $400 or $500 a piece. But what I like about them is you can dial them up or down. And I had a Corys Magnum 8, which is the biggest one they make for Corys pumps, and it was way too strong. And I couldn't dial it down though. So, like, I knew, like with a big tank like this, you know you need it pretty big, but if you make it too big, you've just wasted money. And so I'm thinking if I get something I could dial, then I could just, you know, get it to the right thing. And yeah, it's gonna be expensive, but what else can I do, you know? So we'll see how it actually plays out once I get some movement going. And you know, I might put, like, I kind of want one, I don't want, maybe on the other side. The problem is I don't want to
Like
block
suction?
any of the view. Yeah, I don't want to block any of the view in a cord, right? But on one hand, I would love it if everyone's watching, let's say this corner, they're eating, and they're watching them all swim against it. That's going to look amazing, but it blocks one of my best views, and that's right here. I like that view a lot. So, I mean, maybe I could do it down on this end where it's blowing that way, and that might work, because I've already got a little bit of stuff over here, and but I haven't planned it out fully, because that's why I didn't have this done in black over here, because I wasn't sure that I want to be able to see it from all angles. And really, I think to know, get the normal filtration running, and then I would need to take out like this big thing, because I think maybe on this wall is going a couch, so that people can sit down and look. And then I'm thinking, well, if you're looking from over here, and then maybe where that rack is, maybe a couch goes there. I don't know yet. That's the unknown, and I don't know where the camera goes. Right now, it's looking at a wall.
So it's going to be the fish lounge 24/7. It's going to be like the fish version of Big Brother.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, yeah. So, yeah. And with filtration, the problem for me, I guess, like with canisters, that kind of stuff, like people are like, why would you put it on the outside? Like when you've got to get into here, like let's say you're going to clean this thing, right? Get off there, super magnets. You'd have to crawl back a long ways
Yeah,
to get to
that's
that
really
thing.
far.
Like, you would literally have to like army crawl back there, grab that thing, and army crawl back out. And most people complain about how heavy an FX6 is just anyway, let alone army crawling that thing back out. So
That's why for the few people that have seen my videos, I keep mine on the side too.
yeah, so I just want storage. Like, I want to hide stuff down there. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do with this fish tank? Put it over there for now. Like, so that's why it's like that. And then I'll have a nice little pedestal over here for my canister filter and make all that work.
I could store my 240 under there.
It literally would fit under there, yes. It would. We thought about putting a giant old sump in there, and that's what everyone's going to ask me, like, why didn't you just go crazy and put a giant sump? The problem is I want to auto water change, and the drain line, because this room drops down, you can see the floor in the other room is higher. So this is about as low as I can go on the drain line, and there's not enough room on the stand. I'd have to really, like, have no room to work at all, and I would hate myself. And so instead, it just comes out from up top and drains out. So same way my store tank is.
Yep.
Which I could always, you know, I can always put totes and stuff down here. I could put fish tanks and stuff, but I want it so it's just like, oh, just look at the clown launchers or whatever I end up doing in here long term. Just look at that.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing down below except storage.
Yep. Just keep it blacked out and yeah. So, but it's a slow process. I'm waiting on parts to be shipped still for like decor, and you know, it's, I don't know. For some reason, like, I could build a 125-gallon tank tomorrow, but when you need black PVC, I've got a 7-foot piece of decor coming, and that doesn't ship very fast because it's already crazy expensive to ship. So they ship it by truck, and so yeah, that's why the tops are just sitting open. I need to figure out if I'm going to heat this or not. I don't know if I'm just going to let the room, because the room itself right now is currently 77 degrees. And so,
That's plenty.
that's what I think, you know, but clown would like it a little bit warmer, but, you know, I got to do quite a bit to raise it, let's say to 85. Quite a bit of energy is going to go into that when they might just be fine at 78, 77 anyway. So I do need to mix some crushed coral in. I haven't washed any yet because my sink's not fully done. So I've got like a hose there and I can do it, and it's all 78 degree water, but I still kind of need my actual sink plumbed in.
Oh yeah, I need to check out the new sink on the wall that's been taken down.
Yeah, it's still a mess. You can come on over and check it out, but it's kind of a mess.
All right, here's the new sink. Walls out, I see. Looks like we got some
activities.
submarine type controls going on here.
Ooh, I want to build in some kind of dimming or something, like when it actually goes in water change, like a red thing goes around.
With the alarm.
Like, oh,
Dive! Dive!
Yeah. Yeah. But interesting enough, this thing's actually collecting some stuff. In the this is the carbon block filter, and I've never dechlorinated the water or anything like that before here, but it's actually catching some stuff. Looks like some metals or something. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. You know. But yeah, basically what happens is water from the tankless water heater comes over to here, comes in, goes over, take out the chlorine. Then it comes through, and then it hits the manifold system that's controlled by a Rainbird controller. And so what that means is you can set up days of the week, how many times a day, and how many minutes you want to let water your lawn. Well, I'm just watering fish tanks instead. And so each zone, like this zone right here, covers like this wall in an L shape. And then this one does all of the middle of the room. And then the third one does only the 800 gallon.
Wow, that's pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, so if I, let's say like on the 300 gallon, I'm going, oh man, I wish it was just clearer. I can turn to zone 3, which is right here, and I can technically control one more zone. I just don't have any more need right yet. And I can just say like, yeah, let's start changing water on the 800 gallon. And it's going to take about 10 seconds to kick in. And so now water is flowing. And then I heard my tankless water heater kick on. So it's all moving at 78 degree water at this point. And so yeah, unlimited chlorine-free 78 degree water to any tank in the building is kind of awesome.
Yeah, that makes me ridiculously jealous.
So that's, you know, I took out the wall because the wall was like right, like my butt is where the wall would be. That's why I had to take out the wall, is like, it was like this. Like I had to really be on here. And so now there's quite a bit of room and I can actually utilize this. I haven't put the sink in yet because I don't know how this works. So maybe someone can tell me, but there's no other parts. And in the diagram, it's like it wants me to mount it to the wall, like stubs would come through. Except I don't have that ability, so I might have to ask my uncle who's the plumber to be like, you need to make this work, because I can't figure it out. I plumbed my other utility sink, no problem, because it had things you just spun onto it.
The one you didn't have all this up here either.
Yeah, but well I don't have to tap into this. Down below, I've got the taps ready for a normal sink. Like I've already got that. And then so now we hear the water is actually coming from the 800 gallon into this, you know, little makeshift drain basically. And this is so I could fish out any fish or you know, anything. Just it's the last line of defense really, because I don't know.
So is there a sump pump in there, or? There
is a sump pump in here, and that's, so my water in this building, it drains out into kind of a drainage field. And the problem is, if it's raining crazy hard or frozen out there, water doesn't flow out anymore. And so the sump pump pumps the water up to the ceiling and out into my front garden if it was to ever back up. And so like I could hit the float system, and now it's going to pump all that water out.
All right.
And it's a really fast pump, so it would take a lot of water to overrun that thing, assuming it kicks on. I've had it before where like a snail shell was stuck and it wouldn't kick on. So assuming, but two things have to fail for water to hit the floor, and it still happened every once in a while, like maybe once a year, just because like dang snail or whatever happened to cause that problem. But otherwise, good working system. And I'm excited to like finish this and mount the sink to the wall so it's not freestanding, and actually just have water instead of, like right now I've been using a hose, just because, wait for my uncle to come finish it, because he's also going to put in on the other side of my wall out there, so outside I have 78-degree water, so I can do water changes on the koi and my tropical fish totes, and it'd be warm water already, even in the middle of winter.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't, you know, I was like, I don't really need that. He's like, you sure? Because all I gotta do is punch a hole right through. We're already putting cold water right there. He's like, it's just a different type of faucet. We can have it. I'm like, well,
you got to.
If they're offering it, okay. You know, and then I justified it by now we can give our dogs baths and stuff outside with 78-degree warm water. You know, we don't have to get our little chihuahuas extra cold during the summer.
And Jimmy can shower now.
Yeah, yeah. And when we fill the kiddie pool once a year, you know, to be like, oh, it's hot, you should do something in the water. We can use it that day instead of like filling it up and then not getting in it the next day because there's bugs in it, you know. So
nice.
Yeah, that's the reason I did it. Not for any of this practical use. It was all for outdoor 78-degree water. Tell you what. So.
All right, YouTube, there you have it, the 800-gallon reveal. Be sure to check out Corey's channel, Aquarium Co-op. The link will be popping up here somewhere for future updates and stocking. Well, we already know it's clown loaches, right? Where are you guys? There he is. So clown loaches, remember he's got some custom hardscape coming in there, so definitely check out his channel. We got the live stream coming on Monday, so check that out and have a good weekend.